And now, Jabroni Studios, in association with Big Herm Productions, is proud to present to you, recording from an undisclosed location in Oakdale, Connecticut, it's Chris Burns, it's Chris Lynch, this is Dysfunction Junction.
It is so good to be back in this seat once again with you,
Feel like
two
home.
human beings. It's the award-winning podcast that has never won a goddamn award ever in the history of ever. Strap yourself in, grab your drink, unless you're Lynch, because he's almost a year sober. Look out the window, see the signpost up ahead. You know what it says, motherfuckers? It says, welcome!
To this junction function.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah, it does.
Nice
and
job,
we got Amber
Lynch.
Armstrong joining us.
Yeah, hi, Amber.
Oh, wow,
Amber
Amber's
already jumping
here.
right the fuck in.
Nice
like she was
job.
chomping at the bit, waiting. We got 3 sitting here already in. We're not even in, and I already got 3 watchers.
Nice.
Ah, baby.
I don't know why I'm not seeing comments, but I'm really not going to bitch because Herm's on that end. Anyway, it's time for the introductions. My name is Chris Burns. Once again, here inside the studio is my esteemed co-host.
Slippery dingo, Mr. Chris Lynch.
And, of course, from the home office in Poop Hole, Colorado,
The
it is
in
Big
the home.
Herm himself, producer extraordinaire Michael P.S. Herman. Guys, it is good. It's great to be back, although I miss the weather. I'm not going to lie to you. I miss that weather. After last week's show, I'm not missing this. I hope you mean 2 weeks ago, because last
Hey, Sammy!
week,
Oh, Sammy's here. Did she bring the puppies?
I don't know. I know she promised.
Are we still not showing boobs on the show? Is
I
that
don't fucking know.
Are we still there, Sammy? Is that where we still are?
Oh, you mean those kind of puppies?
Oh, you know why I
Sweater
can't see the
puppy.
comments? I figured it out, and I may be dumber than a box of shit right now because I clicked the Facebook link that I sent.
Go sit down, Mrs. Herm. Oh, Mrs. Herm's showing me boobs over there.
Mrs. Herm.
Woohoo! It's a party in the
So
Herman
I'm gonna
household.
type in a comment right now. I just want to make sure that everything comes in. And if 2 weeks ago, hey Amber, LOL, my comment didn't come through. I don't care. Oh, there it is. Yay!
There you
So
go.
now I can see your comments. Boobs and butts and wieners and stuff, because we're gonna be
wieners
talking
and
about a
butts and
lot of goofy
stuff.
shit tonight. It's a show full of quick hits, so we may as well start. Wow. We may as well start at the top.
You're welcome.
I had a fantastic trip. I talked a little about it last week. We got some listeners. Hopefully, we'll be chiming in tonight. Not only my sister-in-law, Brandy, but her mother, Lorna, who we all call Gigi. Fantastic people. I had the best time. I know I said it last week. I'm going to say it again. I had the best time. I'm so centered. It's not even funny. I'm feeling good about myself. And I got to speak 6 words to my dad, which is 6 words more than I expected. But you know what? I'm going to take,
It's a
little
win.
things. Yeah. And of course, surprised on my actual birthday with Emma Burns, no relation, that came down to surprise me. It was just great. And you guys, taking your time to not only wish me a fantastic day, but, indulging each other while, hey, you're in the airport. Let's do a mini show. Fuck it. Why not?
Who does that shit?
Nobody but us.
We've got the technology to do it, and with the subscription we have now for this thing, I was like, dude, we can technically do that.
The
shit
only
for
problem I
remote.
had was halfway through the Atlanta to Boston flight. These died on me because I didn't bring a charger for those. I brought one for the phone. So I'm listening to an audiobook. I'm having a really great time, and then you hear do like fuck. I'm running out of juice. This is bullshit.
The little
juice
Chinese
is
lady in my
loose.
headphones said, "Power battery low."
Hello.
Those were my old headphones. Power off.
That's how you know
Power
you got
on.
the shit cheap phone when the battery low.
You charge me now!
Right. I got good expensive ones, and they're like, the battery is low. You might want to plug it in, my man.
Oh, so you got Shaft rather than
Pretty much.
Shin Ming
That's
Wong
what-
over there.
On the Raycons, it's exactly what it is. On the Raycons, it's like very smooth black voice. It's your battery is low.
I bet it's Ray J himself that does that.
James Earl Jones.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Oh, James Earl Jones would be fun.
Your battery is weak, old man.
Your battery power is disturbing.
There's something I didn't tell you about your battery. He said you killed my battery. No, I am your
am
battery.
battery.
No. All right, so I have to apologize to you two gentlemen right up front. I really am sorry that I even brought up the Miss Cleo documentary. Did you guys
Dude,
both see this?
I watched it.
We did, and it was pretty good, man. I'm not gonna lie. I mean,
I have a lot to say, but I want to start with Herm first. I'll throw it to Lynch after. I've got some certain shit to say when they talked about, and Herm asked the question that they asked on the documentary. What kind of idiot would call these numbers expecting advice? But I have the answer to that. But I'll start with Herm. What'd you think of it overall?
I thought it was good overall. I mean, it's kind of two documentaries in one. You get very much so the buildup of where it came from, the idea, how fast it took hold, and then the whole breakdown and people getting fleeced for money, and you see the whole business side of it, which was just very bad. Just the whole point was to trick these sorry ass motherfuckers on the phone that just wanted somebody to talk to them to just keep spending money. But then you've got the second half, which is very much an introspective about who she really was behind that persona that even the studio and the people have said that owned it there, the Psychic Friends Network people. She was never there at contract time. She had representatives for her, but she was never an employee, and she never made any real money. She was never involved in any real decisions there. We just used
Fuck you,
her.
Lynch. For those of you on audio only not seeing what he put on the screen, Lynch is now known as Mr. Theo.
I don't see it in the cards, man.
You're a Libra, aren't you, honey?
Oh Lord,
There's
your
another woman,
mother.
isn't there?
Oh, if you're don't tell your mother.
That's why he didn't come home at 2 a.m. because he was with your girl.
I couldn't tell. I gotta be honest. Sometimes with the accent, I couldn't tell if she was Jamaican or Irish.
That was the craziest thing.
A little bit of Scottish in there once in a while. She couldn't make up
Hey
her fucking
girl,
mind.
you got to get the mashed potatoes. And I'm. Where did they hide your Lucky Charms?
What is a woman, man? I had to throw it in. No, you're exactly right. The way her accent
You eat a lot of corn.
the way the accent flew in and out. And I mean, can I here show of hands? How many people know somebody named Stacy? Real quick. Okay, so she's doing that bit, and you saw the clip. It's like, I have a problem in my man. Do you know a Stacy? Well, yes, I do. That's where your man was last night. He was with the Stacy. I'm like, I don't know anybody that doesn't know a Stacy. Now you're getting this dude in trouble.
Maybe.
For no fucking reason, except for $4.99 a minute and $1.99 each additional minute.
The first 3 minutes are free. The first 3 minutes are free.
That's right.
Can't knock him for that.
All right. Those tarot readings takes longer than 3 minutes. But, I mean, no, Herm, you're absolutely right. Some of the representation of the person behind Miss Cleo was fantastic. And they all spoke glowingly.
Oh yeah, I mean, like because you had 2 or 3 past lovers in there, or people that she had been intimate into a relationship with, per se. Lovers, call them whatever you want.
And the first tranny I ever saw looked like an actual man.
Dude, that was impressive.
Yes,
that was very impressive.
Matt Walsh should have talked to him, her, it, what? Fuck it.
He had
one of those James Brolin beards. He was styling.
He had Alex beard.
Yeah.
Alex beard.
He had Skinny Jesus.
I know, but that dude had a better beard than Skinny Jesus. Dude, my daughter has a better beard than Skinny Jesus.
It was patchy like the Wolfman. It was like the Wolfman, but with mange. It wasn't a. Ooh.
I got you. All right, Lynch, what did you think of the Miss Cleo documentary?
Number one, I hadn't realized she had passed away. I did not know that.
She was a Libra, wasn't she, honey?
She died sucking on an exhaust pipe. It was tragic.
Oh my God.
No, I think the second half was a little bit more my meat and potatoes, like who the person really was, and the first half kind of painted the picture. All right, people are calling in; they're believing this horse shit, and the second half just shows you she was just a hired gun. They and the psychic television network used her and abused her like a whore. And when it came down to it, they're like, we don't need her. We've made our money. We don't need her. So we're just gonna let her hang. And I feel she was unfairly painted back in the early 2000s. I think she was unfairly painted as the person who was a scam. Now,
when the whole thing was this fucking
the
scam.
whole thing was a scam. You know what she reminded me of every time I would see her on camera is
Don Dupree.
No,
Well,
Oda Mae Brown.
you really want to know
Oda Mae Brown from Ghost.
You really want to know.
She looked like Whoopi Goldberg's character in Ghost. That's what I thought of.
Really
Oda Mae Brown.
What made it possible for her to do what she did? It was white people in Florida. Let's be honest.
Oh yeah, they're all.
It was white people in Florida.
She
moved into Broward County into a white neighborhood, and them dumb fucking white people sucked up that accent. There it is. Straight up. They even said it on. They even said it in the movie. It's like she couldn't have pulled that shit off in a black neighborhood.
Yeah.
No.
She could only pull that shit off in a white trailer park. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, and everyone like Mike said, everyone spoke glowingly of her. They never got one really ill word, and it kind of made me sad at the very end when her long-term lover was describing the relationship. She just vanished, and she didn't tell her she was sick. You know, and she didn't want to be a burden on anybody.
Right.
So that was actually kind of made me choke up a little bit. It was very, very sad to see that she went the way she did. She died a pauper.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. And one of the things to me that jumped out about the whole thing, and they said it toward the end, kind of when they were talking about the end of the Psychic Readers Network scam. We all know it's a scam.
Yeah.
Where other than myself, Herm, and 4 other people on Earth would actually read the shit at the bottom of the screen where they had the pricing, and right above the pricing, it would say in no uncertain terms, for entertainment purposes only.
Yeah.
So I felt bad mostly for the people who would call in, you know, looking for life advice instead of spending $50 on a shrink or spending, you know, $25 on a 30 rack and going and hanging out with your good friend and getting the advice you really need. No, we're going to call Miss Cleo. She's going to walk you in by asking you very general questions, or whoever they had, all these remote psychics, if you will.
Saw the script. Somebody still had their script. It was a script.
Yeah. That was quite telling.
You know, it was a script, and you had this and that, and you just had to say the right things, and
they'll walk you right into what they want, what they want to hear.
They'd walk you right through it, and you walked right through and went everywhere they led you. So, even
if you weren't a Libra, you just admitted it.
You knew it, honey.
Nobody called that number to hear actual advice. You're a Libra, aren't you, honey?
I'm Miss Cleo. Call me now.
Call me now.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord. Look, and being that I'm a guy who, when I see an interesting documentary, I just saw Miss Cleo. I'm like, if I ignore this, I am not going to forgive myself. So I watched it, and I told
you don't know. I was the same way. I was blowing through before I went to work that morning, and I was like, Miss Cleo, call me now.
Right.
Put a mark on that. Save that shit for later. I gotta come back to that. That's something. put a pin in it.
Mr. Theo, why are you sharing a YouTube link on the private chat?
You'll see. God damn it! You should ruin the surprise.
I can't. Well, you didn't put it on the main chat.
Well, it's just behind the scenes. This is what I do for the producer to send him shit off the top of my head.
Oh, there you go. So he can play it on the screen? Is that what you're doing?
He can share it.
Okay. 15-second.
Oh,
gotcha.
Got hit.
Uh-oh. Here it comes. Dun, 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 dun. Da dun dun da 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 dun dun.
I got that shit.
Symphony of Disparction. Oh my! You take a bunch of dogs, you give them a clean home.
And they wrecked their chips.
I will have complete lyrics written in the next 2 weeks. Of Disparction.
For real.
Dynamite dropping. You knew it was coming too.
I did. I was like, shit, I forgot to line that shit up. I knew it was coming. I was like, those dogs at like 4:45 fucking hit it every time.
Oh
Well, for
my
me, it's
shit.
4:05, but yeah, same thing.
If you guys
Yeah.
want to know where that riff came from, it's Symphony of Destruction by Megadeth. Go look it up. Have a good time. We just happen to name the dogs the Symphony of Disbarction,
Yeah, the
and
dogs have a tendency to get excited when Megan comes home or into
or when the
garage,
wind blows, or when somebody
or
wags a
cockroach
tail.
farts down the street. And so we've named it the Symphony of Disbarction.
If a tree falls in the woods and no one's around to hear it, will these dogs still bark?
Fuck
Oh,
Yes.
hell yeah.
Fucking Christ. All right, so on a scale of 1 to 5, what do you guys give the Miss Cleo documentary, Lynch?
I gave it a 4.
Okay.
I give it a solid 4. Like I said, I really liked it.
I'll give it. Yeah, I can agree with that. I can agree on the judging by the same documentary. I can go 3.5 to 4. That's my range right there, somewhere around there.
All right. I'm thinking 3.5, 4 myself. I enjoyed it. The first, again, like you guys
It
talked
was
about.
a little hokey. I'm not gonna lie. There was a
yeah.
little bit of hokiness to it, and I'm not a big fan of hokey in my docs.
No.
I'll take it in a spoof or in a farce.
But when
and I
you're
know
talking,
I'm splitting fucking hairs, but
kinda, because when you're talking about a character and a person like Miss Cleo, there's gonna be some
right
pap.
there had to be right. Well, that's why I'm 3.5 to 4. There's a range there. There's some allowability for the fact that who she was in the character itself was itself almost a farce.
Yeah.
So yeah. I mean,
All
it's
right,
it's not like the grading scale I had to use for the movie. You know what
Right.
I mean?
We're gonna talk about the movie in just a second.
Yeah.
'Cause
I
I know
didn't
you
wanna
got
drop the title.
you guys got a lot of anger toward me about what I thought about that fucking movie.
Oh, I
but-
didn't have any anger.
No, I didn't.
No, not at all. I mean,
Dive right in. Just talk about it. Talk
all right,
about it.
so it was Black Adam, and not one of the three of the fuck of us was gonna go pay for a fucking ticket to that movie. All right, wasn't fucking happening. You had a better
Dwayne
chance
Johnson
of
ain't
seeing
giving me any
Jesus.
money. I ain't. Fuck no.
No, and I got nothing against him, but he's not an amazing actor. But I wasn't paying for a fucking ticket. You had a better chance of seeing Jesus pop out of the fucking toaster. All right.
Ooh, that's a
It
good
happened
one.
to come on HBO Max.
Yes, sir.
And we passed that shit around like a $2 whore.
Mm-hmm.
And so I figured, all right, I'll give it a watch. Now let me explain that the grading system I used was based on the fact that I expected nothing from the movie. Okay, I expected nothing.
But why?
First of all, I haven't been real happy with anything other than Zack Snyder, anything on the DC side.
What about Nolan? Nolan made 3 of the best Batman movies ever.
No,
Not the best, but 3 of the best.
No, I
But they're
understand
not.
that, but
They're
we're
not part of
talking
this universe.
No, of
Gotcha.
the current universe and where it is. And this movie technically was of that same universe, but I really like Zack Snyder's work, is what it comes down to.
Okay.
I'm not a DC fan. I always thought the DC versions of the superheroes were always too fucking clean and too goody-goody.
I'll buy it.
The DC version of whoever it was is usually a little smutty, to say it.
Yeah.
They're dirty. They've got some dust on their cheek, So I expected very little from the movie, and the scale that I graded on is was extremely low. It's kind of like the difference between like Celsius and Fahrenheit. Like what is 0 is there's a lot more points to factor in on a Fahrenheit scale from freezing to boiling.
I got you.
There are on, you know what I mean? So it had a story that you could follow without having to have watched any previous episode or have any knowledge of who the character was. All right, so there was a point.
With the only exception being Shazam, because it kind of makes the setup a little bit easier.
Well, it does if you know only for the word, but you didn't have to. If you didn't, you just know that Shazam was a magical word and it happens and it made shit happen.
Yeah.
So even if you had no clue, that still made sense.
Right.
All right. It had a storyline that was relatively easy to follow. All right. I don't feel they got way too woke with it.
No, they didn't.
No, good call.
The kid made which I've seen some Wonder Woman 84 was very much a political statement, not just a movie. The kid was really big on black is big right now, and that's which kind of it is. But there wasn't very much a black woke story involved. It was more a city under oppression that needed to be saved or defended.
Right.
So it was an easy to follow story. It was a story you didn't need any knowledge of. As a comic book fan, it pulled in some real fucked up fringe characters that we probably wouldn't see in anything else. So as a standalone, I'll give it a 4, but it's on a completely different scale. Like that 4.5 is like a 2 on any other movie scale when you know what I mean. So it was good. It was all right. It was entertainment. It was a decent movie. It wasn't amazing. There was some decent action and some cool like visual effects with some stop motion and some weird shit. But yeah, I mean, all in all, it wasn't horrible, but it wasn't a good superhero movie.
No, yeah, and I agree with Mike's summation of it. I enjoyed it. Didn't get bored with it because the pacing was pretty good. They kept the action going from the word go. There was action. I like that they
Adam.
lightly toasted Adam, medium well Adam. Yeah.
Hey, I did not want to not be well done. Just so you know.
You're killing me.
Yeah, I know. That's the point.
But yeah, I thought it was a really well put together movie. Again, same scale. You can't apply the 1 to 10 scale to that movie because you're going to be
like I'm not going to put it up.
I'm not
going. You can't put it up against any other movie. Like you're not going to put it up against The Godfather and be like, oh, it holds up. No, it's just a crappy little action movie, and it was all right for exactly what it was, but it's not winning any motherfucking awards.
I mean, never in my life that I've ever thought to see Hawkman or Atom Smasher on film at all.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, they were definitely some good call-ins.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Good, you good. While you're gone, Lynch, if you don't mind me stopping, Jordan, I'm going to drive to Columbus and put a foot in your ass. Explain to me how a quarterback puts up a 33-0 lead and blows it. That's a defensive thing, and we're going to get to that later in the show. But once again, showing here, let me put it to you like this. Tell me you don't know shit about football without telling me you don't know shit about football. I love you, always have, but don't tell me you know shit about football. If you can say Matt Ryan blew a 33-0 lead. Matt Ryan put those 33 points on the board. It's up to the defense to hold it back. But we're getting there. You're not going to be disappointed. Wait till the end of the show. Now, what you need to do, Jordan, is get on your little keyboard or get on your phone and type the words, "I'm sorry, I was wrong." I'll wait. Continue your dissertation, Lynch, on Black Adam.
No, but I thought it was really cool that they brought those characters like Dr. Fury. I mean that was DC's equivalent to Doctor Strange.
Well, yeah, the Dr.
Manipulation time.
Dr. Fate, yeah.
The Dr. Fate was the
Mike. Mike, put that up on the screen because I'm now proving it what I've said for fucking 7 years. Go ahead. You're right. You are wrong, and you are sorry, and I accept your apology. A quarterback cannot blow a fucking lead. That is up to the Mike. You played defense in high school.
Not by himself. A quarterback can make a mistake. He can throw an error ball.
But he can't blow a lead that he put up on the fucking board.
He's not allowing the points.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let's get past this, whether you're Patriot fan or Washington football team Commander fan, who, by the way, there was a bad call last night, but that's not even part of the show tonight.
Dude, there was two.
There's some really bad calls.
The call, the not on the line of scrimmage call technically wasn't as bad as that little dickhead on the sideline made it. And that last fucking play, somebody should have been dragged out to the parking lot and had his ass beat for all kinds of fucking being in the fucking way of a receiver trying to catch a ball. A receiver couldn't even get his fucking arms up away from his sides. You're gonna tell me that's not interference? Fuck off.
Well, how about
that
the
asshole,
guy?
Dude,
How about the guy
dude on the Giant?
But fucking the receiver in the end zone.
That dude on the Giants might as well just fucking hugged him like he was about to make love to him. Because it would have been the same effect.
It's so ridiculous sometimes. But Jordan, you are forgiven. I will still like you. You are still my friend. And now you have learned the ways of football. You're welcome. Once again, now you know what, Jordan? Apologize to Lynch because you interrupted his dissertation on Black Adam. So
you don't have to. I'm done.
All right. I'm going to say something I say to my daughter when she makes me watch a movie. And not that you guys made me watch a movie. I wanted to see this. But like Herm said, I'm not paying $18 to see it. I liked the movie. I liked it. I did. I thought it was going to be a standalone, but bringing in the Justice Society, to me, kind of watered it down. To me, you can tell the story and have maybe Dr. Fate come in. Maybe Hawkman. I don't think it needed Atom Smasher. I don't think it needed the tornado or cyclone or whatever the fuck.
Be honest, I like that. I liked the Henry Winkler cameo. That's the only
that was really fun.
Character.
That
Don't
was
fuck
really
up
funny.
my suit. It's vintage,
right? But there's so much about it I didn't like that it kind of outweighed the things I did like. At times, the story was too convoluted. You were going this way, the story's going this way, and all of a sudden you went the other way. Then they brought it back. Okay, now we're back, but we're going to take a really extreme right turn. Well, after you take that right turn,
at least they recentered from time to time.
I just thought, I'm just
like I said, there was just enough twist, and it was mixed in with the predictability that it could hold your interest for an hour and a half.
Which it almost did. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. At some points, I'm picking up the phone. I'm dicking around with Cheech and Chong's Bud Farm. Same. I didn't feel well this weekend, so I was in bed most of the weekend. Did a little bit of back pain, a little bit of stomach bug, a little bit of Monica, a little bit of Jessica, whatever the Mambo number 5 is. But it was all stomach bug and back pain.
I want to hear the first 3 Mambos, the first 4 Mambos.
Where the fuck did the first 4
I want to hear
Mambos go?
Those went down.
The end result.
They got canceled.
Who got canceled?
They got cancer. That's not even.
They got canceled.
Canceled. Got cancer.
It's probably because they said the N word and different other things. Okay, so Jordan had a question. Did you all see the Beauty and the Beast 30th celebration? Wanted to see the scenes acted out live. Okay, tell Jordan what you thought because I didn't see it. I'm not into it.
Was Angela Lansbury there?
No.
Which part did she play?
She was Mrs. Potts.
She was a teapot.
Okay.
So without Angela Lansbury, it doesn't matter what happened at the 30th celebration.
Yeah,
I thought that people were appropriate except for Shania Twain. She had no business being there. Sorry.
Canadian cunt. I said it.
I don't think she's that good of a singer. She's good, but she's not like you can't replace.
Yeah, and like her ass isn't as good as it used to be. So
no, but
it's
that
not
happens.
like when we were going back to country nights and getting drunk on a Wednesday, and you remember
$2 pitchers like a motherfucker.
Norm's Diner.
Drinking beers like.
Oh, not even that. We would go to the bass club.
Oh, the Sub Base Club. Wednesday.
That
Yes.
or we go to Foxwoods. Foxwoods at Foxwoods
Synodrome.
on the
Synodrome,
Synodrome on Wednesday
360.
nights was country nights, and you'd go up there and you'd get fucked up.
Jordan says,
did-
go ahead. Who can what?
No. Go ahead.
All right. Jordan says, I only watched for HER, whoever that
Her,
is,
yeah,
as
that's the artist known as Her.
She's really good. Holy shit, she's really good. She reminds
But
me
what-
of Prince a lot.
But what are her pronouns?
Yes, Her.
Her.
Gotcha. I don't know who Her is. I'm gonna have to look this up, and
know
I
her.
will. I'll probably watch this
An
just to see
amazing
what.
guitar player.
I just want to see what Jordan's raving about, and I liked Beauty and the Beast as a kid, so fuck it, I'll give it a shot.
I agree with him. I would have liked to seen the entire thing acted out, like more like a Broadway show. But they interstitched the live action with the classic animated stuff from 1990. I think it worked well. And I think that people they picked to play the characters were appropriate.
Herm, are you gonna die?
I am not gonna die.
Please
Good.
don't die.
I won't.
Good.
I can't.
Gotcha.
I have too much money to spend.
Oh, hey, I want an extra purse.
Yeah,
Send me a
really? Can you
purse.
just throw some shit in a bag and let Lynch and I go through it, see what we find?
We'll do a live unboxing of one of
Right.
Herm's mom's old purses.
All right, I'm going to get to the end of what I was going to say. As a superhero movie, Black Adam stood up. As a movie person that loves movies and I picked through them, I did not think it was that good. So I guess if we're going to do the star rating like we did with the Miss Cleo doc, I'm giving it a solid 3. I can't give it any higher. I just thought.
but like
I thought it
said,
wasn't.
it's-
I
like
just
I
thought
said,
at the
on
end
a
of the day,
completely different scale. Like
once
you
you've seen it, you've seen it.
like
It wasn't.
it was more
It
of a
wasn't
pass
Kiss Me,
fail.
Phantom of the Opera.
I felt it was more pass fail, and it had to check like 2 or 3 boxes to just not be a complete piece of shit. So
Right.
it was either a decent movie or a complete total piece of shit. It checked the
It
4
checked enough
boxes
boxes for
that
me.
I checked the 4 boxes that I really needed it to check in order to stand up as its own movie.
Right?
But it didn't check any extra boxes.
No.
There was no superlatives. It was a C plus.
Yeah, I'll give it a C plus at best. 3 stars.
Yeah, it's a
It's
C
one of
plus.
those. It's one of those where once you've
Great.
seen it, you've seen it.
Right, and you don't have to go back, and it's not like the Iron Man movie, the first one, where you're like, you know what, I'm gonna watch that shit till.
And you
fucking write it
find
down.
new shit every time you watch
Right,
it.
every time. Right. There's it's. No, you've seen it once, you saw it, you're done. Put that book back on the shelf. You don't need to read it again.
Right. Are we all in? Go ahead, please.
Speaking of DC movies, Herm, are you laughing as much as I did about when the new president of DC said goodbye to Henry Cavill as Superman?
Yeah.
Wait. What now?
Yeah, they
DC
just Henry has a tendency to run his mouth a little.
Duh.
Which no problem with it. I'm just saying, but people have jobs, and if you like to keep them, you kind of have to do sometimes. Yeah, gotta say and act a way that you're not necessarily wanting to.
So
he ran his mouth a little bit, and they basically said, he's a little unstable as far as for our platform and where we're going company wise, so we're just not going to bring him back as Superman, which really isn't that bad. It opens him up for a bunch of shit. They've also already told him he's also not coming back as the Witcher. I'm not worried. I'm not worried that Henry is not going to be able to find fucking work.
No, because he's a talented actor.
You know what I mean? He's a talented actor. He's a good looking guy.
He shot himself in the foot, though.
He can,
He shot himself in the foot by leaving The Witcher.
Well, yeah, but I mean, but people that do that all the time. I mean, Dave Chappelle left $50 million on the bus and walked the fuck away.
Well, and a totally different set of circumstances.
No. I am not comparing circumstances. I am just comparing that people will walk away or shoot themselves in the foot and aren't really worried about it because after it blows over, somebody wants Henry Cavill in their fucking movie.
Well,
That's what it
and
comes
back,
down to.
it just makes me laugh because back in October because that's a spoiler that you couldn't avoid. Anybody who saw it put that in their review of it on the surprise cameo by Henry Cavill as Superman. It makes that him totally irrelevant to the
Right.
movie. So and I don't think they're going to do a Black Adam 2. It didn't make enough money.
They can certainly work him
I don't-
into another Justice League film.
I don't. Oh,
Yes,
they
he
can
could
work.
be
Well, yeah, they can work
he
him
could be a
into
secondary or
as a character
tertiary
now.
character.
But are you
Absolutely.
going to pay Dwayne Johnson to be a second, third, fourth character in a large movie like the
That's
Justice
where I
League?
was going. That's where I was going.
Because you have
Unfortunately,
Dwayne
he's
Johnson way up here,
he's
and you
never
have Jason Momoa somewhere in the middle. And no offense, Jason Momoa can act and is a fantastic actor, but he's not Dwayne Johnson, nor is he Ben Affleck.
He doesn't have
He's-
that draw. No.
Exactly.
No, like every moist 45-year-old is all over him. But yeah, they're rubbing it out to Aquaman. I get it. But no.
They're
he's
lucky to
not-
get Aquaman
he's
on
not-
Wish.
He doesn't have right. He's not. I don't think he's the actor that Henry Cavill is.
No.
I've seen him do other things, and Momoa's kind of got a one mode action hero, stunty, feral person kind of thing going on. It's just his thing. It's the same way that Adam Sandler plays the same fuck. For the longest time, played the longest fuck, no matter what his character was.
He
or
was
who
Billy
was.
Madison in every fucking movie.
Right. He was Billy Madison in every fucking movie. He was the water boy in every fucking movie.
Mhm.
Coming out of the booth. It wasn't.
Mama
till you-
said, Mama said,
it wasn't
Mama
until you
said.
got till some of the stuff that he did when he decided to take a serious look at acting. Like The Hustle.
Uncut Gems is one of my favorites.
Yeah, Uncut Gems is really nice. He did some really good shit, but that was all shit that he did more for himself. He really didn't give a fuck about the money.
Right.
Yeah.
It was stuff that he wanted to do for himself. So
Right.
He did it to showcase his friends that he always has in his movies.
Gotcha.
It's a bunch of the same directors, the same co-stars, time and
Same
time
act.
again.
Yeah.
Steve Buscemi's going to make a cameo
I
in
was
an
gonna
Adam
say
Sandler
every
movie.
fucking Adam Sandler is a Steve. There's a Steve Buscemi fucking cameo of some sort.
Yep.
The cross-eyed dude is in every movie.
Oh well, you wanted whoa.
The pin-up looking guy who played the quarterback in The Longest Yard, every fucking movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got a bunch, and he takes care of his people. So
No, and there's nothing wrong with that.
absolutely not.
Are we ready to piss some people off?
Always.
Guys, guess who came home?
Always.
Guess who came home? WNBA legend Brittany Griner came home.
Who?
Yay!
Who?
Like I give a fuck.
Who?
Exactly.
Exactly.
She's a WNBA legend, don't you know?
We should have left her there. I'm not gonna lie.
A guy who hates America traded a guy who hates America to a guy who hates America, to bring home a guy who hates America. Because I still think Brittany's a dude, but what is a woman? Listen, this was when you leave Paul Whelan, when you leave Paul Whelan, a Marine who wants to live and fight and die for this country,
that the government has said he has not done what they're accusing of.
Why didn't you trade for him?
Nobody ever said Brittany Griner didn't do the crime they were accusing her of. This dude, the government has already said he did not do what they are accusing him of, and we already know that. Yet we can't get him. And I get it. Like I said, sometimes a lot of it has to do with the deal you can make right now versus the deal that you want to make. But
listen, if you wanted to make this an even deal,
I really think that Paul needs to be the deal we make right now.
When I think it was a very uneven trade for one reason. You traded the biggest arms dealer Russia has ever known in the last 60 years.
Basketball player.
Yeah, look, I'm sure the WNBA has their fans. If you ever go to the Mohegan Sun Arena, the semi-pro,
there it is.
They didn't have Larry Bird. They didn't have Kobe Bryant, although they couldn't. He's dead. What's his name? The idiot who thinks he's the greatest. LeBron James. You didn't have any of somebody who is like, widely and publicly admired and adored and respected. No, you had a second string. Oh, but she's a WNBA champion.
Cut rate.
Oh, yeah. Basically, it's what you would get if you want a basketball player on Wish. And I will fight and die for this. You made the wrong deal. You took the biggest arms dealer Russia has ever known. Instead of trading for our Marine, you trade for a shitbag who hates America. Great job, Sleepy Joe. I can see why people voted for you.
All I know is she better come out to every motherfucking game for the rest of her life wrapped in a fucking flag, stomping, talking about salute the flag, talking about say the Pledge of Allegiance.
I'm sending you a
for
picture.
The rest of her fucking life.
I'm sending you a picture. I'm going to see if
like
you can
a Mexican
put this up.
wrestler.
I'm gonna have you put this up on the screen. This is how she should come out every fucking week to a WNBA game. Give me a second. I got to get the image. I'll send it to you.
Have you guys actually heard her talk?
No.
All right, that's why I said,
Leon.
Herb, if you can share that clip that I sent you, the YouTube clip, and give it a listen.
Oh, Leon's here. What up, Leon? I'm sorry I didn't hear you guys say that. I was too busy looking up this picture. Herm, you want me to send it to your Facebook or your?
Yeah, send it to in our thread.
Got it. Because this is how Brittany Griner should walk out every fucking game for the rest of her goddamn life. Rotten twat. Fucking hater. What are we waiting for?
Let's see. Oh, there we go. All right, let's see. I am going to. We're going to pop that up. Let's share. Let's present.
Present.
We're going to share.
Okay.
Where are we? Window.
Technical difficulties. Please stand by.
Yeah, you know.
This is why we can't have nice things, kids. All right, here we go. Look at that picture.
That right there. See, right here. You see this picture?
Can you make that bigger?
I'm trying to. We're working.
Okay.
On it. I'm working.
But if I don't see her walk out on the court every fucking game from now on, dressed like Mr. America,
that's what I'm saying.
She's screwed.
That's pretty much what I'm saying. Like, if she doesn't walk out looking like, what's his name, the wrestler there. But yes.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan?
Pretty much.
She should be forced to have. There we go. Look at that. That's Brittany Griner without a shirt on.
Show up to every fucking game looking like that. She can go to hell. There it is. I'll say it right now.
Look, everybody knows I'm a patriot till the day I die. I love this country. I understand kneeling for the anthem once because you're protesting whatever the fuck you were protesting, but then to go on record before you go to Russia and get busted, how much you think this country is fucked and how much you think this country is systemically racist and all that other bullshit, and then when you get traded for an arms dealer for a person who dribbles a basketball, that's fucked up. I'm sorry. I think they should have left her there. While Paul Whelan is still sitting in jail doing a 50 term. She was going to do 9. And she hates this country. Paul Whelan loves this country. Why is he still sitting there? Because Sleepy Joe wants to be the hero of the woke folk. That's it.
No, I don't even know if it's that. And as much as I would love to say that that's exactly what it is, I think we had a mid-level WNBA player who caught the ear of not the president, unfortunately,
the vice president.
Who caught the ear of just enough people in power in Washington to get their message, to get a message that actually meant something to somebody. All right, so
yep.
I don't necessarily know if this is the way that there was a lot of there was a lot of media involvement with this. Yeah, it's feel good. I also think it looks good as for the president. Um, Whoever the president would be in this situation, I got this. It's something they got done, and I can see that. But I think we could have got something better done. I think we could have brought made a better trade.
Yeah. We wasted our trade. I'm sorry.
We wasted the good surprise on you.
Yeah, pretty much. Like bad. Like yeah.
I don't look, I'll sit here and I'll fight this till the day I die. You know, we have enough good men and women in this country that, write a blank check with their lives, whether they come home or not, to defend this country, to do the right thing by this country. And we traded for the American hating basketball player.
Sometimes shell, sometimes nuts.
I bet she better love the shit out of this country going forward.
I would hope so. I would hope that is what her appearance to society is.
Don't you die, motherfucker.
You should have just sat there and dealt with what you dealt with. Nobody was denying that you did what you did. So, other than you, who did something you shouldn't have, and then was kind of like, yeah, but it didn't matter.
Well, it's like this. I tell people,
just let me go.
I tell people
Nobody
all the time.
else in America gets that when they go through they get caught with a little smoke. I'm just saying.
Do you think they're going to grab somebody who brought, say, half an ounce of weed and they get thrown in the clink? No, but because she's a woke folk icon, and I seriously think this is a statement by maybe not Joe, but the administration. Like, look what we've done. Yay. You want to make a difference? Get the guy who put his life on the line for the country. Because if that were you or me, we'd still be in that jail. Nobody's going to give a shit about Chris Burns or Mike Herman or Chris Lynch or anybody else. But because she's got a little bit of, and I do mean a little bit of, status, not only as how many different boxes can we check off? Black, lesbian, basketball player, somewhat of an icon if you watch the WNBA. If you're one of the 22 people that like that shit.
I was going to say, like, you're one of the handful of people who do that.
I don't know how they fill this arena down here in Uncasville for every fucking game. I really don't. Maybe because this area is so starved for sports.
Well, it's not just that. Is what you have with the WNBA is an extreme local support system. All of the teams are that way. All right. It's but unfortunately, what you don't get is national fans. Nobody in California is like, "Yo, UConn women, baby."
No, but they are going to be all about like the LA Sparks
or the Mohegan Sun. No, bitches in California will be supporting. I completely spoke out of turn. I know, because there's people out here that have UConn Husky flags on their houses and shit. So
they're probably all either they love the sport or they're transplants.
Right, but nobody cares about the Mohegan Sun.
It's like I got a buddy who, no matter what Ohio State team is playing, will post like Ohio State hockey scores and Ohio State, lacrosse.
He's
I'm
just
like, dude,
an Ohio State sports fan,
and that's cool.
That's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
I don't necessarily care. I follow the football team.
I follow Ohio State football, and that's it. Everything else can fuck off.
I could give a shit about men's basketball or the baseball team is supposed to be pretty good. I don't know. I've never watched a fucking game.
That's what they say, but I've never seen a game.
It's kind of like, nowadays I could say this, whereas back in the day, Herm or Lynch could be right on the money if I started talking about NASCAR.
Right.
Whereas now, if I start babbling about NASCAR right now, you'd be like, okay, I think I recognize that name. I only know this other name because you have it on your shirt.
Right.
I've heard of this guy because he's from Connecticut, and it is what it is. Leon, yes, go Bucks. New Year's game, beat the Bulldogs. That's what we're going for. Second Chance Jones.
Mm-hmm.
I could sit here all fucking night long and shit on this trade. I just think it was the wrong move. It sends the
I
wrong
agree.
message.
I totally agree.
It sends the wrong
It's
message.
not going to make it go away.
No, but people are all yay! Really? What has Brittany Griner done for you that made your life better? What has Paul Whelan done to try to make your life better?
Yeah, I mean,
It's like I get, and I'll throw Herm's name in here, and I'll throw my name in here. I could throw the names of Prince and Eric Carr. When a celebrity dies, it sucks because you're not going to get art from them anymore. Elvis, the same way. I was little when Elvis died, but I know what it meant to my mom.
right. It's an
I know what it meant to other people.
and you won't get any more art from them.
Dimebag Darrell, same thing.
Yep.
But
if you appreciate whether you appreciate their art or not, an artist, you won't get any more artists.
yeah,
art
it
from.
hurts.
And
It
if
hurts
you
for
do
a quick
appreciate
minute.
their body of work, then it's even more so.
Right.
Like
it's
ultra important and ultra fucked up.
Right. Now, on the flip side of that, I'm trying to think of who's got a lot of arrests out there right now. I know from back in the day, if Axl Rose took his ass to Russia and got popped with a bunch of drugs, even a little bit or a lot, the rules are the rules are the rules. I always say if you move to France, don't expect everybody to speak French, learn the language. If a French person moves here, don't expect
them to speak American English.
Yeah, exactly. And learn the law, because the law here is not the law there. You can think whatever you want about the law in Iraq or Zimbabwe or Sweden or anywhere else. But if you're going there, you better know what you're getting into. It's not up to them to come to you. Are you listening, woke folk? It's up to you to acclimate to them.
That's right.
Now, having said that, if Axl Rose goes and gets himself busted, they're going to leave him there. You think Sleepy Joe or Kamala the Ugandan giant or anybody else is going to try to trade for Axl fucking Rose? The answer is no. The answer is an emphatic fucking no.
No.
And look, Kamala Harris, for what it's worth, very smart lady.
She is,
but she caters too much to the woke folk.
She does. She is concerned with her image, and I get that. She's trying to make moves for 2 years down the road. I get it, but sometimes you got to have balls and just tell people to fuck off.
The rumor is she's got quite the set.
Ooh.
But hey, it wasn't me. I don't fucking know. You're the only one, Lynch, that I haven't heard talk about this, because I know Mike and I have gone round and round. My brother and I, a whole bunch of people. What are you thinking about this? Are you going to die?
Maybe.
Please don't die. What do you think of all this?
They made the wrong trade. Simple as that. She does nothing aesthetically or monumental to us to deserve to be brought home. She's a middle of the road basketball player. She broke the law.
Mm-hmm.
She broke the law, and I know the punishment for what she did is, to me, a little extreme. Yes, I will think that 9 years behind bars for a little bit of hash oil is a little extreme and suspect.
To us, yes. To the Russian folk, no.
But having said that, like you said, had I or you or Herm or anybody else of our status been locked up for that and started crying to the U.S. What do you call it? The embassy. Free me, free me, free me. They're not going to turn one eye at you because we don't generate headlines. She generates headlines, like you said. She's gay.
But not until she got busted.
Trans. She's gay.
Did you hear her name before she got busted?
No.
You, Lynch.
No, I didn't know who the fuck she was.
Herm?
And that clip I said,
no clue.
That YouTube clip that I said is from 2019. So we're going back a couple years before she got popped. I never heard of her. She was never been in my conscience. It's not like Rebecca Lobo. Everybody knows. Anybody in Connecticut knows who Rebecca Lobo is.
Right. If Diana Taurasi had gotten popped, I know who that is.
I know.
Right.
We know her
Right.
name as well. I speak your name.
I speak your name.
But I never heard of her before this, and I don't think that they made the right move. But kind of Herm's point, they made the move that could be done, and that they would get the most media attention out of. This is going to be around in the media for a while. The guys like us are going to talk about it. If they had brought him home, it would have been a 2-day blitz of media. How you feeling? What's going on? And then they're just going to forget him, just like they do all the other veterans in this country. Unfortunately, they're forgotten.
It's ridiculous.
They are the forgotten statistic in this country. Ooh, they are the forgotten statistic in this country. Is that a very large proportion of your homeless and those who are mentally ill are veterans. And our VA system is an absolute fucking joke. They don't take care of our veterans. They drug them up and just ship them back to wherever they live and just say, just deal with it. I mean, there's guys who have seen shit that not any one of us would ever want to experience or get to experience.
Oh yeah, sit at a picnic with someone who's been to Afghanistan or Vietnam or if you find any more that World War II, Korea.
Years ago, sitting listening
Somalia.
to my dad tell stories.
There you go. You go.
The fucking tracers are flying around looking like fucking fireflies in a fucking Vermont field somewhere. Yeah, and they talk about it like that's just the way it was.
Yeah, like they're at the Dunkin' Donuts
like
ordering
3,000 bullets coming at me, but like right at that particular point in time, I couldn't be bothered with that right now. I had to like deal with this shit.
I dropped my wallet, and all I could think about was, hey, that's where the picture of my kid is.
Right, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, I gotta go back for it. Like, there's just stories like that. Like, you just don't. How does a person even fucking just think under such a condition? Just fuck.
And you can see it in their eyes, and you can hear it in the way they talk because they'll start talking about it on a like a jacked up level, and the more they get into it, the more the level comes down. You're right, and it's really hushed tones.
And there's a thing, and literally all the emotion that's gone, and they're literally just categorizing scenes in a movie.
And if they're brazen enough to talk about certain things that they saw,
Yeah, like, and if you can actually get them to talk about like watching somebody get just blown to shit.
Right, the last thing you want to hear is
especially a platoon mate that they were tight with.
Yeah,
that you there's a complete change.
Right, and I held his spleen in my hand.
Like he just bled out, and you can just see that war is hell, man.
And it sucks that instead of taking somebody who's willing to give his life for this country, we bring home someone who gives a fuck about this country, thinks everything's racist, thinks everything is a crime. You want to talk about privileged, bitch, wherever you are, Brittany Griner, go fuck yourself with a rake handle sideways.
Yeah, I mean,
WNBA legend, my ass.
Not the best. I don't feel it's the best representative of the best we have to offer.
No,
not at all.
Not saying she's not a decent ball player or a good ball player or whatever that is.
She won a championship from what I hear. I didn't know that.
I just don't think that she's the poster child that this country needs.
No, if let's say
she's a poster child that a couple of specific groups need, but I don't think she's the greatest American hero.
No. And if we're going to talk about female athletes who could have done this and got brought home, we'll talk about like a Mary Lou Retton or a Kerry Strug or Nancy Kerrigan or Susie Chaffee or, any number of fantastic female athletes who actually, played for their country and represented it. If Megan Rapinoe got busted, fuck her. Leave her in jail. America hating, purple-haired, subway-loving motherfucker.
There's nothing wrong with Subway.
Nothing wrong with Subway unless you're Megan Rapinoe.
All of their meats are made with turkey. I'm just saying.
Well, that sucks.
Every meat they have is made with turkey.
Really? So
Really?
the BMT just took on a whole new meaning. It means buy more turkey.
Every meat they have, except for the roast beef, is turkey.
I'm going to go check on our guest for just a moment. Talk amongst yourself about the Brittany Grinder. Fuck the Brittany Grinder.
The Brittany Grinder.
I'm starting to sound like the Iron Sheik here.
Is that on the new Subway menus?
It will if Megan Rapinoe has anything to do about it.
Series menu.
Yeah, right. Number 13, the Brittany Grinder.
The Brittany Grinder. It's
fake weenie and lettuce. The devil's lettuce.
It's a lot of bologna and the devil's lettuce is what's on.
Yeah.
There.
I'm gonna tip my hat to the Sammy Miner real quick, and I'm gonna say something that she'll get. I'm going to hell in every religion.
That's right.
That's the way it is.
All of
give me a second. I will be right back with our special guest.
Excellent. Oh, this ought to be good. We haven't had a special guest.
No, not yet. I'm kind of scared.
This is some new shit. This should be good. I don't know who's still out there. Oh, we got 4, 5, 7, 8. We got a few watching, but yeah. Mr. Burns is gonna go check on our special in-studio guest tonight. We have 3 studios now. It's very nice.
Yes.
It's like we're a legit show. We have affiliates all over.
I actually have a desk now, Mike. I pulled the $25 desk out of the attic, my IKEA desk. So I have a large. I got a monitor up here mounted on the wall. I got my laptop. I got my third monitor over here. Mm-hmm. It's like I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. I got the whole den. It's pretty much the den. Whole den is roped off now. It's now the podcast area. This half. I think I'm refrigerator. I think I'm actually going to break down and buy an actual computer instead of using this laptop. Oh, like an all-in-one. A tower.
Yeah, either that or an all-in-one. HP makes a really nice all-in-one. It's 26 inches.
Yep.
For sub $500.
Yep, I thought about it just for the show. And I can upgrade a small tower. Because just be nice to be able to do everything and
one spot,
one computer just for the show.
Yeah. Yep.
So I could have all kinds of computing power and then just open it up and then just we could have a bunch of guests.
Yeah.
Like in studios.
He must be going to the airport to pick up our guests.
Somewhere. He's there. It's quiet. It's muted.
From the thriving Mecca of Jewett City.
It's muted. We have no idea what he's doing. I can't unmute your guests because they chose to mute themselves. This motherfucker doesn't want us to know what's going on.
No.
He must be having to beat somebody.
Hello? Are you okay in there?
He's good. I'm sure he's good. He's in the green room.
Yeah. Don't get naked. You'll traumatize my rabbit.
Ooh.
That's nice.
That's a whole nother episode right there.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother episode. I had to step off and get another beer.
Oh my.
We're going to have to figure out a faster way for him to check on our guests. That old man is slow. Oh, everybody's watching through Facebook tonight. Who's up for parole this month? Ooh. Me. That's who. Me. I'm up for parole. I parole myself. I think check on is code for dropping a deuce.
He has been in there the appropriate amount of time. Sam.
Oh, I'm gonna put this on.
Herm, whenever you're ready, give him his introduction. He's waiting. He's really waiting.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here it is. He is our
all the way from Jewett City.
That's right, from deep in Mexico. Here is our special in-studio guest, El Falcon.
That is right. You and I. It is the El Falcon. I am here to deliver the asshole of the week.
It's too bad I don't have a Spanish guitar.
It is upsetting to me that you do not have the Spanish guitar. Gringo.
So Al Falcone, what is it you need to tell us and have graced us in the studio with?
I want to say to the people, play that funky music, Gringo.
Oh dear Lord.
That is terrible. That sounds like a Nickelback album.
It's I think it's warped.
So are you.
Like my hooter.
Moving on. Unfortunately, your wife say different. Anyway, today I bring to you message about American football and how Mr. Chris has explained it to me, asshole of the week, but I teach the Herm how to say it, so I let him say it out loud. Play the funky music, Gringo.
Oh yes, it would be this week's, ladies and gentlemen. This is normally what you get, but no. But this week we have, in honor of El Falcone, we have El Pendejo de Semana.
Exactly. Mi madre, she loves that song. Thank you,
Great
Mr.
song.
Hermano. I do not understand why they call you Big Hermano. You are not quite as big as my mother. That is very, very
Not
big.
Not quite
She's
as
very-
hairy.
She is very big.
And I'll bet she's hairy too.
I am very much fan of the American football. I say it to you now. American football is very wonderful, especially in Mexico. We get a game or two every now and again, but they send us Detroit Lions. They send us, I don't know, Jacksonville Jaguars. Terrible, terrible.
Horrible.
But as you can see, big fan of the Falcons de Atlanta. So I watched the Matt Ryan, who got shuffled out of town, and he give his Colts of Indianapolis 33-point lead. And people blame the him. How you blame the him? That is a stupido, how they say. How a quarterback give up big lead like that? Not like soccer, or football as I call it, where 6 guys run around kicking the ball and everybody might be a little comme ci comme ça, not sure. You have to ask. No, it's not in Mexico, you're allowed to ask. Here, not so much.
Not so much.
But how does quarterback give up 33-point lead? It's impossible. He's not on defense side of the ball. The defense, they give up these points to the Vikings of the Minnesota, where let me explain how you, in your country, they say, if you are awake, then if you are the awake people, the Vikings come and rape and pillage and plunder. Very bad. It's very bad. So after the time of half, they go in, and their defense, this Minnesota Vikings, they say, we are going out there to kick the ass. And they did kick the ass. And then offense.
They did kick, yes.
And then the offense side of ball
did.
scored many points. That is not the fault of the Matt Ryan. That is the fault of shitty defense, as they say in your country. Very shitty defense. This is not the fault of the Matt Ryan. So I have to blame three people. So there are many pendejos to deal with today. One, defense of the Colts of the Indianapolis. You suck very much. You are lower than rat. You are lower than snake. What was that? Did somebody have the indigestion? I do not understand that noise. And then I blamed the coach. You are the coach. Come on. Tell these guys, get out there. I'm going to chop your head off and put it in the square like El Chapo would do. That's how things get done. However, and I blame the coordinator who runs the defense on the side of the ball. How you not tell your people, stop the purple team from scoring? It is not hard. It's not hard at all. So for all of you people who don't know about the American football and say, look, the Matt Ryan, he's given away so many points. Show me on the dolly where Matt Ryan gave up these points. And I will marry your sister. It is that simple. So my 3 pendejos are the stupid football fan or football fan estupido, as they say in Monterrey, which is where I am from. Number two, the coach who does not know how to tell them either A, score more points, or B, stop purple team from scoring. And whoever runs shitty defense for the Colts in Indianapolis, where there are only two really good things. There are the La Bamba Burritos, and there is my friend, my hermano, Chad Hatfield. Very good, wonderful things. So for anybody else, you have to answer to me. Tell me how the Matt Ryan gave up these points, and I will kiss your sister, no matter how ugly she is. That goes double for the Mr. Lynch, because his sister very ugly. She sent pictures every week. I show them to the dogs, they lick their own butt. I don't know what to say.
That's ugly.
Not quite as ugly as the Herm. He is very ugly. His wife, though, she is very beautiful.
I'm
Very
way
beautiful.
above my fucking weight class.
You're way above your payroll.
I hope for you American football people, you understand now, and you stop being a stupido, mostly Patriot fan, because those are the most stupido fans ever in the history of American football. Only rivaled by those stupid gringos that come in and try to touch our women and take all our drugs. Those motherfucking Dallas Cowboys who suck very much. And on that, I say to you, I go.
All right. All right. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, there it is. We've had a visit from El Falcon, our Mexican wrestler friend.
He's busy. He's got a tight schedule. He's got a donkey show. Yes, he's late for.
Oh, here we go. Sammy says El Falcon for president. That's very nice. Very, very nice. We could have Sammy as the running mate for El Falcon.
There you go.
That would be pretty cool. You know. So yeah, there's
El Falcon.
Interesting comment by Sammy. El Falcon for president. That's his favorite beer, El Presidente.
El Presidente, sí.
The beer that no presidente will ever drink. Unbelievable.
Sammy, all I gotta say is, yeah, picks or they don't exist.
Oh, we're not going to have this conversation every week, are we?
We're gonna, dude. That's
all
how
right.
I got my wife. I wore her down.
Wow. Hello.
Yep.
All right. I got to see what I missed. I got Big Al. I need a Mexican for some lawn work. I can talk to El Falcon, see what he can do for you.
I
Go
got
Bills.
A guy, he's good. He's
Nice.
$20 a week. He comes and does the lawn. Nice. I'll send Mike over.
Nice. Does this guy ever shut up? Alan, you're banned from the show. Sammy has boobs. Yes. I want to get shit-faced with...
We've all known that for like 20 years, though.
I want to get shit-faced with Herm. Dude, we call that Wednesday around here.
That's Wednesday. That's just Wednesday.
How many Hispanics out in our crowd? Probably only El Falcon and Herm to about a 35 to 50% range.
Yeah, about 35%. Yep.
I thought so.
Yep.
And then
it's enough to count on a paperwork. That's all that matters.
it could be if they ever build a Mexican casino. You're right. You're right on the.
In it.
You're right there.
I am on the top.
And I know we got a few minutes left. And I know he doesn't watch the show, but I want to take a shit on a friend of ours, Herm. I won't mention him by name because I'm not that way. But I did mention our good friends, the Native Americans. And I love my Native American friends. Got a lot of wonderful people in my life, more than I know how to count because I can only count to 60, which means I'm going to die in 10 years. I have this one particular friend who likes to shit on my particular religious beliefs. And I know, Herm, you're not a religious guy. And Lynch, you might be semi-religious, if at all.
No, but I try not to shit on
Right.
I don't agree with you, but I don't shit on it either.
Exactly. Well, when I see this particular guy talking about, Christianity this or Christianity that, and Herm, you've stopped since we had the conversation when people say stuff like the sky daddy this or, the invisible man. I'm like, you come from a culture, sir, not you, Herm, this particular cocksucker I'm speaking of,
Ooh.
where you danced and prayed to your gods, plural, for rain. You blessed your crops every year. You reached out and you blew smoke and sage and all this bullshit.
Those are all and all of that. Not those all of that you just spoke of is very much the religion of the background of my ethnic people.
Mm-hmm.
But that's but yeah, like, so it can be shit on.
I find it disingenuous that people like that one particular asshat likes to, make fun of me. And when I put something up that may be I'm guilty of it sometimes, a little too churchy, a little too Christian-y. Some folks are like, dude, you're kind of,
I don't think so. And I'm the first person to be like, oh, what the fuck? But the same thing, like, I would never speak to you and talk to you about, but that's because you talk to the invisible man in the sky. I would never speak to you that way specifically. There's a level of respect between the two of us.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Regardless of,
like, just because you want to dance around a fire and blow smoke up somebody's ass doesn't mean it's the right way either.
Right. But, to each their own, which is,
I would never speak to you personally that way. Would I paint with an extremely broad brush the people who talk to the invisible man in the sky? Yes. Do I specifically include you in my head in that group? No.
I appreciate that. Because as you know, I am going to hell in every fucking religion.
Your thing is you talk to the invisible man in the sky. And I'm only doing that to be like comedic right now.
Understood.
I am the same person that talks to a bunch of invisible men in the sky, and they've all got different jobs. So,
and different names and different cultures.
Right, you know what I mean? So, me, you're crazy is you're crazy, and mine is mine. But I can't shit on your crazy. When it starts screwing with my ability to live my life, that's a completely different story. And
sure,
I would expect anybody to do the same thing.
And the one thing I don't do is
believe that's not how it works.
Sure, and the one thing I don't do is shove it down people's throats. I mean, if I didn't tell half of these people about my religion, you wouldn't know I had one.
Right.
And regardless of what you do or what you believe in, I don't give a shit if you're a Christian, a Satanist, if you dance around a fire, or you're sacrificing a goat so your crops come in. I really don't give a shit. You do you, but don't be a hypocrite about it, because I'm about this close. And if you can see, I'm going to put it as close as I can, about this close to unloading both barrels on this cocksucker for the world to see. He'll never talk to me again. But then again, he feels I've emasculated him in the past. Well, mow your fucking lawn, asshole. I wouldn't have to be hired by your wife to try to do it, and then you cry the blues that I tried to do it. Never saw waist-high grass before. You're such a man. Right. Get out and do your fucking job, dickhead.
Ooh.
And come at me. Seriously, come at me. Because if you want to talk about me and the silly sky daddy and all this bullshit, okay, we'll dance around a fire and pray for rain. If we're going to play tit for tat, my tits are going to be bigger and your tats are going to be falling off. Fuck you. Well, I've had just about enough of the hypocrisy in this world, whether real or imagined, where you want to say live and let live. You want to say, oh, I want everything to be inclusive, but I want inclusivity my way. No, fuck you. You can't have it both ways. You want, tolerance, but you only want me to be tolerant, not you. Fuck you. Not having it. And what bothers me is that knowing this guy as long as I have, that 20 years ago, we could be sitting around his kitchen table, draining tall ones and having conversations like the three of us have, because let's face it, we're not pussy fucking weak tits. And we could be men sitting around a table and know that we're just having a conversation. This is a guy who lived, breathed, and loved the Eddie Murphy films and we would sit around and quote them, me and this gentleman, and I use that term very loosely, about, got the ice cream or Bill Cosby or the Chinese restaurant or any one of those fucking, like, Big Mac and a large order fry and a cherry pie, all that shit, which nowadays doesn't fly because everybody's so sensitive. But he was right there with me.
Right.
And don't tell me you've grown, because you haven't. You haven't grown. Like Herm said 2 weeks ago, critical thinking isn't taking what you hear or taking what you're force fed and saying, I'm a critical thinker. No, you take all of it and you put it together in a ball. You decipher what you believe in and what is truth and what is bullshit. And then you're a critical thinker. Not because somebody told you a man could be a woman, or that, the invisible sky daddy is bullshit. Because look, some people believe in shit I don't believe in. Hell, 50 million people have bought Nickelback records. Doesn't mean I think they're smart fucking people. But I'm not going to pick on them. That's your shit. I'm going to pick on the band. I'm not going to pick on the fan. Why? Because it makes you happy, and it makes you whole, and it makes you complete. And if me praying to someone that is just, I thought they always could have had a better name than just God. What in the fuck are you doing out there, Lynch?
Oh, yeah.
Jerk off after the show.
Oh.
No, there we go.
There you go.
Now I'm connected.
I thought there was an earthquake that I couldn't feel.
Oh.
Listen, we're all entitled to believe what we believe, but it doesn't mean.
That's the
Go
shitty
ahead,
thing
please.
That's the shitty thing about what you just said, is that you're shitting on something that makes you happy. I mean, you can shit on me all you want for being a Patriots fan,
and I do, but I don't begrudge.
And I take it. I get it. It's taken in jest. But if you're going to stand there and shit on the fact that you do believe in what you believe in, and not be joking around about it, that's shitty, because you enjoy it. You like you said, it makes you complete, makes you whole.
Mm-hmm.
I would take offense to that as well. I kind of have an idea who you're talking about, but again, let that aside.
No names. I don't want his name anywhere on here.
No, that aside, no matter who it is, if they're gonna shit on you,
we don't have to go that route.
No, regardless of who it is what my point is, that for somebody to shit on you for that particular reason, and not be joking around about it, and not doing it in a jestful way, that's real bullshit. That's to me, that's hate speech. You're inciting somebody to get to a point where they just don't want to be around you or talk to you. It's hateful. I
don't understand,
especially
with certain cultures, and look, I worked with the Native American tribe for 10 years, working at the casino. I love the history. When I worked grave shift, I would walk around to all those different displays and read them. The website, the employee website always had wonderful things, and you read about the culture, and you read about this, and you read about that. And the more you dig into it, you get the surrounding area, not just the Mohegans, but you get the Mashantucket, the Pequot, the Passamaquoddy. You get the, Narragansett. I think I already said that already. You get so much. What's that?
The Eastern Pequots as well.
Yeah. And you learn about those cultures. But if you're going to sit and shit on me for my culture, you better look deeper into yours. Kind of like when they say, oh, so-and-so is Hitler, or this person's like Hitler. No, Hitler commissioned the murder of 6 million people. All these people you're saying are Hitler, like Elon Musk or whoever. No, they're not Hitler. You just don't like them. But it's an easy fix to take the most evil human being of the last 100 years
and apply that label to anybody.
Exactly.
Well, here's the thing, people. It's okay to hate. It's okay to hate somebody. It's okay. You don't have to like people. You don't have to love Elon Musk. We're not asking you to sit around to have a beer with him after dinner, share a cigar, and tell tall tales. You don't have to like them. You just have to accept them as part of your reality. He's not just going to go away. He's not going to, because you can't cancel him because he's there.
The only way you get canceled in this world is if you accept the cancellation.
Yeah, and you have to have some sort of pushback on that. I just popped up in my headlines that Harvey Weinstein was found guilty of rape in California.
Good, fuck him.
Okay, that's a person you can cancel. That's something you do not want people like him walking on the planet. And just to think that how many countless actresses did he do this to before somebody had a voice?
Mm-hmm.
Do I believe every Me Too movement woman? No, I don't.
Mm-hmm.
But I happen to believe the handful that actually did testify against him and what they said, I believed.
Sure.
And I still believe it to this day.
And as much as I hate to say it, that
was the impetus. That was the impetus to Me Too. Harvey Weinstein sparked the fire.
When you hear the first allegation come in, whether it's Harvey Weinstein or Bill Cosby or whomever, and you're like, all right, well, let's let the court system do its job, whatever. And then the second one comes in, and the third one comes in, and the fifth one comes in, and so on and so forth. And the MO is the same, but the action is always slightly different. That MO, I mean, that's what's going to be put in front of a court. These are the facts we have in front of us. They're telling their tale, and you can sit there all day and go, wasn't me. It doesn't fucking matter. You let the court system do its goddamn job. We've talked about the George Floyd thing ad nauseum. The court system did its job, and that cop has been put away for life. Mm-hmm. He's not getting out. Justice was served. All this other bullshit is stuff you're bringing on yourself. The court system, the way our system works, did the right thing.
Same can be said with Casey Anthony. You don't have to like the decision, but you have to.
Yeah, but that's the system, and that's just
you have to live with it.
The system is just because you don't like it doesn't mean that's the system. Mm-hmm. If you don't have a little faith in the system, and yes, nobody says it's a perfect system.
And I say that about anyone on trial for like murder or anything like that. If the verdict comes back not guilty, that tells these 12 intelligent people they didn't have the evidence that needed to be presented to them to come to that conclusion that he or she actually committed a murder. Mm-hmm. Again, you don't have to like it. It's just you live with it.
It's just the way it is.
Exactly.
The way it is. And that's what drives me mad about our judicial system is when you see these families and a not guilty verdict comes in, and either deservedly so or deservedly not. It's the decision the jury made. Mm-hmm. This is the process we've had for many, many years. It works sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't.
No system is perfect.
But when I hear, especially when you follow the trial from start to finish, and you listen to the evidence or lack thereof, I, as a juror in good conscience, couldn't convict somebody of murder if I didn't feel in my heart that it was a true event, that it actually happened.
And especially
again, applying critical thinking and listening to everything that is presented in front of you. You take everything, you put it together, you come up with the not guilty, or you come up with a guilty verdict.
And it always comes down to the evidence. And if the evidence isn't there, and Johnny Cochran, love him or hate him, made that statement during the OJ thing: if it doesn't fit, you must acquit.
Well, and that was
pretty much
such a sensationalized trial too. It was everywhere. You couldn't turn the TV
That was the beginning, and Casey Anthony became the next one, and Jodi Arias became the next one, and I can do this all day. Scott Peterson.
It happened. It happens. You can't turn on the television or the radio and not hear a news piece about people like this.
I heard so much about the Scott Peterson case. It felt like Lacey was my sister.
Yeah,
for real.
and that's why I feel that sometimes the media coverage is a bad thing, because when it comes down to jury selection, you're going to have a tainted jury pool. You have a very select few people, either who can't afford television, or just don't want television. They don't read the news. They just live there. They go to work, eat their lunch, eat their dinner, go home, whatever. They don't pay attention to anything in the outside world. And that's very few and far between nowadays in 2022. We're all connected one way or another to what's going on in the world. News alerts all day long on my phone. I get weather alerts through my smart TV. my brand new 85-inch smart TV that tells me what time it is and what the weather is going to be for tomorrow. Or
You're
whether
not
this is-
compensating for anything, are you?
Hey, we need a new TV.
Did you need 5.5 feet of TV?
It was on sale.
Oh, well, that makes
Oh.
sense.
Well, that's American.
Yeah.
America.
On
Well,
Thursday,
Well,
on
That's
Thursday
very-
we give.
Well, that's
On
very
Thursday
American.
we give thanks for the things we have, and on Friday we beat each other up for the things we want.
Things we want. That's right.
Pretty much.
God bless America.
I don't want much. That's like Megan asked me, "What do you want for Christmas?" I'm like, I don't know, because I buy most things I want.
I just buy
When
what
I see it.
want. I just buy it when I want it.
You know, I
I'm
got
just-
her
Go ahead.
gifts. I got her gifts, but there's stuff we both need, stuff for the house. You know,
Herm will tell you this, and when
I'm
you
gonna buy
have
her a vacation.
young children, you don't think about yourself around Christmas time.
No.
You just, you scrimp and
No,
save. And my
you-
daughter's a lot like me. I said, "What do you want?" She goes, "A gift card."
You
How
work your
much?
ass off
You
all
decide.
year, and you don't really give a fuck about what you get. You work
Yep.
your ass off all year so that you can watch your wife or your girl and your kids and have that awesome surprised look on their face and, laughing and joking around over over coffee on that morning, and staying up all night and putting it together. And as the working dad, it's about being able to make sure your family gets that. So
Mhm.
I don't really give a fuck what I get on Christmas. I don't need a goddamn thing. What I need is my wife and my kids to be like, yo, that was a great Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
There it is.
it's more,
That's my Christmas present.
and that's more important to me than something physical. Is this having what I feel most dear and dear to my heart, my family. You know,
Mm-hmm.
my wife. You know, because my wife and my dogs, they're our family.
Yep.
We never had children, so, and we
Yep.
spoil our nieces and nephews every year, and we live vicariously through them. We
Mhm.
spoil them, sugar them up, and leave.
Yep.
Right?
The perfect aunt and uncle. We get them spun up and we leave them to the parents to come
That's it. Sugar
Come
them up
down.
and send them home.
from that sugar high. Hi.
But I look at things like that, in that vein, like Herm was saying, and I couldn't have put it better myself. You do it for the kids, and if you got yourself a girl or a wife or, a dude or what have you, do it for them, because
Yeah,
I don't
somebody you
ever.
love,
For me, For me, I'd rather sit around the table and have a good meal with people around Christmas time than get a box full of stuff. I don't need anything. And then you have a dipshit friend who sends you a picture of a Run DMC Funko Pop gimmick. And I'm like, yeah, I saw the Kiss one. I didn't grab it because I was dealing with Emma's Christmas. Then I get the message. Yeah, I got it. It's on its way.
yeah, I ordered that. They'll let me know when it's on its way.
You are 100% good for a white guy, even though you dance around the fire with sage and tamales. I got to throw all the ethnicity in there: the white boy, the tamales, and the rain dance. So
All of it.
I'm covering all the bases.
You're
And heaven
offending all over the place.
It's my job.
We're equal opportunity offender.
That's right. I don't
Yes,
hate.
we are.
I don't hate anybody except Canadians. Let's be clear.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, well, there you go. All
It's
right.
our
I like maybe 6 Canadians. My friends, the Brown family from just north of Toronto, and Brian Adams. That's it.
Very nice, Mr. Adams.
The rest of them can suck it.
Nice.
You forget that he's Canadian sometimes.
No, I don't.
No, I don't think he does.
Oh, remember I told you I had a funny story about my hat, Chris?
You're what now?
My hat. Remember I told you I had a funny
Yes.
story about
Tell your story
Yes.
before we roll.
it? So I wear this hat everywhere. It's part of my uniform when I go out and about. And I went to Walmart today briefly for about 20 minutes just to grab more Mountain Dew and little things here and there in the house. And I'm walking through the store, and every time I wear it, I get comments about it, or compliments, or a comment about it. Oh man, nice hat, great show, blah blah blah. I'm like, yeah, thanks. Yeah, good to see it back on. One woman is looking at my hat. She says, "That's a really nice hat. I've never seen one like that." I was like, "Oh, it's just a hat." And she's like, no, it looks like a special hat. Are you on the show? So the smart ass in me kicked in right away. I was like, yeah,
No,
I've been
not
on it.
you.
I've been on a couple episodes. Oh,
Oh
who'd
my
you play?
shit.
Who'd you play? Well, I played
Skeeter.
the black cow. I played the black cowboy, and I just walked away. And I got 10 aisles down, and she's still standing there like, what did he just say? Yeah. Good times.
Wow. That's
Wow,
better. That is
maybe 'cause
actually
I got a big scruffy beard. I was wearing my OD green type duster style jacket that cowboys wear.
wow. That is almost. That is better. No, that's not almost. That is better than in 1994ish, 95ish. I convinced some hot chick at the mall that my friend Chad was the country singer Tracy Lawrence. All because he had a
Ooh.
cowboy hat and a mullet. And if you see Tracy Lawrence today, he's a big burly
He's a big
motherfucker. Yeah,
Dude. He's a
but
big
not
dude.
back in the 90s. He was a skinny, scrawny, mullet wearing,
Mullet wearing kid from Indiana.
right? But I told, yeah, is he a country singer? I'm like, yeah, it's Tracy Lawrence. And she turns around to her friend halfway through the Crystal Mall. Hey, it's Tracy Lawrence.
Yeah, that was.
Chad's
the joke.
like, thanks, man.
The joke back then was Chad had 4 wives and never been married.
That's right.
He
They're all illegal marriages.
poor bastard.
You could say that.
No,
they were in legal marriages,
No,
just
they
not
were
Chad.
in legal marriages. They were just humping Chad.
Yeah.
He was the king of fucking.
He was the wife
married-
magnet.
Of the married chick.
He was the God King of Separation Nation.
Oh my God. Holy Christ.
If you were having trouble with your
Dude,
man
the
and
stories
you
we
had
could
to go
tell
state,
Lindsay, his wife now.
no,
Oh.
I like her too much. Nope.
I'm just saying, we would never divulge. But
Because
you
two
and
things
I-
would happen.
But you and I both know stories that he's very much into his God and in his life.
Two things
right
would
now.
happen if I told any of those stories. Chad would die, then I would die. Because
Yeah.
Lindsay's taking the gun, the knife, the backhoe, the Ram 1500, whatever the fuck. Whatever she's using to kill him, she's using to kill me next. Never going to divulge those
Word.
stories.
Oh no, and never ever, and that's as close as we're gonna get. But whoo, the stories
Yep.
we could tell.
He is the mayor of Separation Nation.
Speaking of Yellowstone, did you guys watch Mike? Have you watched 1923?
I did. I watched 1923.
I thought it was pretty good.
It was all right. It started a little. It's a little slow.
It's just like the first.
I'm
first
waiting
of
for a couple-
Yellowstone.
I'm waiting for a little bit of setup,
Yeah,
and then getting into the meat and potatoes when we
And
get to
I
where
went
we
in-
gotta get. But
I went in completely not knowing anything about the show. I didn't know who was in it. I just knew it was on this past Sunday,
Mm.
and I was like, "Wow, Harrison Ford, pretty cool."
I saw him in the
Yeah.
commercial.
Helen
Actually,
Mirren, even better.
definitely a good cast. So
Yeah,
with some high end star power.
you got Robert Patrick, the Terminator from Terminator 2.
Yep,
Yep.
Yeah, it has promise.
it does.
I liked
Very much
1883.
so.
I liked 1883. I thought that was a great show as well.
Hell of a year.
1883.
Absolutely.
I popped my cherry in 1883.
That doesn't surprise me. You are 104 years old, if not more.
I look at it.
For real.
Well, I hear drums. That can only mean one thing. Real quick, kids, programming note. I may or may not be on time next week. We collectively will figure that out. It's Christmas and it's Emma week. So the next 2 Mondays, we will let you know what time we're doing this. But we're trying not to leave you with any more open weeks as long as we can help it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it shouldn't be
same.
too bad. I mean, Christmas is Sunday, so we'll figure it out. But
Yeah, but I got to go get the kid on Monday. So
no, I
if-
know that. We'll figure it out. We'll figure
figure it
out
out.
something. We'll give him something.
Man,
Even
even
if
if
I-
fast.
We'll give
Yeah,
him
it
a little
did.
something.
Holy shit!
We'll let you have a little taste.
Ooh.
Just a tip.
Guys, no matter what your
Sammy
thing is,
says, "Bye, boobs." Till next time, Merry Christmas. So that means we're gonna
Yes.
see him next time. Is that what you're saying?
Oh,
That's
here
what
we
I'm
go.
Saying. Bye, boobs. Till next time. Next time. we see them. I'm gonna hold her
Yeah,
to it
That's our Christmas present. Ooh. Make
To
sure
all
you
of
record
you.
it.
right there.
Make sure you record this onto the hard drive so we have that.
To all of you out there, no matter what you celebrate, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Festivus for the rest of us, have a great holiday. No matter what you celebrate, just enjoy the time, be with the people you love, and if you
Second
do
day of
get to,
Hanukkah.
oh well, put on your yarmulke.
Oh yeah.
Drink some gin and tonica.
And if you do get too
Sweet
drunk,
Jesus.
get Lynch's an Uber because he's sober as shit.
Yep. Sober as shit. So other than that, we'll see everybody some point after Christmas.
Happy holidays,
Peace.
guys.
Judgment falls upon you at first light. I'm the hand of God. I'm the dark Messiah. I'm the vengeful blood. In the blackest moment of a dying world, when a new
Lynch, put that away. You're not supposed to have your penis out while we're recording.
Oh, damn it. I did not
Oops.
know that.